Look at the weather. Look at the track. We rarely get ideal conditions here at the BRCA, but I think today is going to do it. It's going to be 30 degrees. Whoa. If you know me, you'll know that my skin is a particularly bright shade of white, and that big fusion ball in the sky and my skin do not go well together. I generally turn into a lobster. So the Factor 100 will be on today. We'll try and stay out of that sun. It's about 7:30 in the morning now and it's already 22 degrees and mild sweat. We'll be okay. Anyway, enough of that. The track walk. They're starting off at the top of the straight up here and they're coming down. Here is the hairpin that caused so many problems last year with cars tipping into it, catching the apex and sewing themselves up. The guys that go just a pinch wider seem to fare better. Up over a big tabletop, loads of air, get it landed as best you can on the down ramp, and then we're just going to kick over the left hand side of this berm. Now look at this, can you see that? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mounds, 8 mounds. Hopefully my shadow will get out of the way now and you will see them. Very hard to see. Maybe if I go down like this, you will see. So you've got to come in here wide and then thread through the middle and then just try not to upset the car too much in the exit. I don't think there's a particularly good path on the way out. You're just going to have to try and get through it. We're around to the right, which tightens up. I like this corner. I like coming around here, and then it tightens up with a little jump or roller, and then into hairpin left. Quite tight here, considering we're quite a bit away from the rostrum. Not too bad, I suppose. Look, track width looks narrow. Then we're going to fire down here up onto top of the bank. Very straightforward. Keep it on its wheels, avoid any bumps on the landing. And look, there is a little bit of damp in the track. Hopefully you can see that. Sparkle, sparkle. I think it will be dry by the end of the first practice heat. Just needs to be top layer of moisture just flicked off. And then we step down and step down again into a long hairpin with a bump on the outside. No problem. Little step down before going back up onto the bank and turning left. And then you are downhill. A sort of banked left-hander. And then down again into a jump and a tight hairpin right on banking, and you can see plenty of rubber laid down here on the power dead early. We had a lot of speed here last year. We are down the straight. Power, power, power. I don't think anybody had any problems getting down the straight last year. It was all just about trying to get into this first corner, which proved to be difficult for a lot of drivers. So we've got a nice marshalling point here to mark the entry. And the transition, the Astra. Get her turned in. The Astra type does change here. Oh, what's that going to do? You can see it's been ripped up a bit. So I don't know how this corner is going to go for people. We'll see. But you're going to have to try and carry speed because we're straight into another short straight. So down the main straight, right hairpin, and another main straight. So that hairpin is critical for carrying speed and keeping the times low. There it is there. And we're into banked left-hander. Punch it, round to the left, and long hairpin right. Morning. Before coming up bank and back down onto race control straight. Well done, Barry. Nice track design. A little old school from respect that there is no sort of formal jumps. Everything's a bumper, a lump, or a mound. That's okay. Let's take a look from up here. So just to remind ourselves, down the straight, here is this critical hairpin. Lots of cars will understeer up that bank. You need to get that just right, so you're coming down this marshal point and then you're looking for your entry. Get up here. Hairpin left on the berm and around and right up onto the plateau up there and down this straight in front of the rostrum. Keep it wide. Jump, get the landing, stay neat, low on the berm, straight down to here. Got your 7 or 8 bumps. Tricky, blind, very hard to see those. And then you are switch back essentially, back up. This is the point here that it elevates, step down, right and left and right back onto the straight. There you have it. Well, nice. I like it. It's going to be tough. Not too tough, just nice. That is the track walk. You can follow the news of the day on RacewayOne.com. Please obviously hit like and subscribe on the video if you don't mind. It really helps. And of course, big thanks to the sponsors who are Schumacher, Speedworks, Model Tune, FF Racing, SEMCS, Rude Bits, and RC Disco. Thank you so much to them. Could not do without them. And just to remind you, said it many times before, I can say it again, anything that you need to go racing, you can get from those guys. Doesn't matter if it's a Schumacher or a Hobby Wing Speedo or an LRP motor or whatever you need, they will do everything. We'll leave it there. I can see a few red faces already. I'm going to go and put on my Factor 100. And see you later. Thanks for watching.